Whoa! Glutamorian everyone! Welcome to another video. Today I'm talking about fermentation. In this case I have a fully fermented dough which has been bulk fermenting for hours. The dough is ready, it's a sourdough dough ready to be shaped. So today's experiment is to compare when is the right time to bake the bread. Maybe it can be underproofed, perfectly proofed, or even overproofed. So today I'm going to shape 3 breads with this dough and then bake them at the same time and compare the difference and see which is the right moment to bake a bread. So here I have my dough, which was in bulk fermentation. It was already mixed, fermented, everything, and now it's full of air, super fermented, ready to be a bread. So let me divide this in 3 equal pieces, like this, I suppose here. First one, I should be weighting them, but it's okay. The idea is to show, but take a look at this. At this point, the dough is fully fermented. There are 2 fermentations. This is the first fermentation, and then comes the second fermentation when the dough, when it's a bread, when it's already shaped. So, to achieve this moment of the dough fully fermented, of course, you need to start with a healthy and very active sourdough starter. That's the key to achieve at this point. Today, I am not talking about that. Here in my channel, there's plenty of videos about sourdough, recipes, everything. This is a standard recipe, 75% hydration, white flour, a little bit of whole wheat, but today that's not important. What is important today is the fermentation times. So that's what we're checking today. So I have the first one here, the second one is here, and the third one is here. So let me start shaping them. Here I have 3 bannetons. And let's start with the first. I'm going to shape them like a batard, which is a classic way to shape. It means in French bastard because it's not a bull or a bowl, and it's not a baguette. It's in between both of them. So that's why the French guys call them batard, which is bastard. Okay, so let's start shaping. One side here, the other side comes here, and now I have to give it some tension. So as I said, it is really important at this moment to achieve a good bulk fermentation or first fermentation. The dough should be perfectly full of air, nice mixing. Everything must be well done to be at the right moment right now. So now let me roll this like this, and here is the first bread. Take a look at all the bubbles and the air that this dough has. So that means, or that this is showing us, that it has done an excellent bulk fermentation. Take a look at this. It's fluffy, it's bouncy at the same time. It's perfect. Perfect first fermentation or bulk fermentation. It is called bulk fermentation because it was not just one bread. It was, in this case, 3 pieces. So that's what is called bulk fermentation. So let's continue with the second one. Same shape as this. Oh, it's beautiful. Dough is beautiful, full of air. I love when I shape the dough like this. Now let me roll it to give it some tension. Full of bubbles. Now let me finish the edges. There are many ways to shape a batard or a bread, of course. You can leave me always in comments which is your favorite way to shape the bread. For me, the key to shape the perfect bread is a balance between tension and not too much pressure. We don't want to lose all the air or flatten or degas the bread. That's what I try to do. Of course, it is important to give tension to the bread, otherwise you'll end up with a flat bread. And then at the same time, because it's all full of air, and if you want to get an open crumb or a really interesting crumb, you don't have to degas it that much. So you need to be tender at the same time while you soft, while you shape the bread. Like this. Show you like this better. I think this one is a little bit bigger than the other ones. That's why I should have used a weight. No, it's okay. This is very artisan. Oof. Beautiful. You hear all the air escaping. Good. So, here I have the 3 loaves. Ready, finished, and they now need to go into the banneton. Okay, third one. And let me put them in the bannetons like this. Each one. Here comes the second one. And here I have the third one. Always upside down. And now starts proofing, the proofing moment. We already did the bulk fermentation, and now after shaped comes the bulk, the proofing time. So now it's what the experiment starts. This is a moment that I want to know which is the right moment to bake the bread. So this one are already shaped, and as you can see, if you make a zoom here, you'll see that if I touch the bread, it's coming back instantly. If I touch it like this, or if I try to poke it like this, there is nothing. You just touch it and it instantly returns to its original position. That means that the dough needs to proof longer, or the bread needs to proof longer. So this means that this bread at this moment is underproofed. So it is supposedly not ready to be baked. So today's experiment comes here. So let me do just a little change. This one are the same as this one, so they need to go right now. Hello, bye-bye. And here comes the same bread, but in different states. As you can see immediately, this one should be the one. Which one? Overproofed. As you can see, take a look at this. It is like a gel. It is fully overproofed. And this one should be ready to be baked. From this one to this one, looks not much different, but from this one to this one, you can see perfectly that something had happened. So, as I said, if I touch this one immediately, it returns in milliseconds. Now, if I do in this one, I touch, you see that it's bouncing and it's returning a few milliseconds later. So that means that this dough, or this bread, is in the perfect point to be baked. So if I touch it, if I poke it, I'm not leaving a mark there, but it is returning in half a second. Not like this one, that I don't see nothing. I just touch it and returns immediately. But take a look at this one now, the overproofed. If I touch it like this, I'm leaving a hole. You can see? So I am degassing it. If I touch it, I'm making holes, and the holes stand there longer. They do not return that fast. That means that this bread is overproofed. So this is experiment of the day. Underproofed, proofed, and overproofed. So now it's time to bake them, the three at the same time, and see the results, and then we compare what is going on and which is the perfect moment to be baked. So let me go and get my Dutch ovens, and I'll be back. Okay, so here I have my 3 Dutch ovens already preheated, and here are the 3 breads: the underproofed, the proofed, and the overproofed. I'm baking in Dutch oven because I think it's the best baking method in which I can achieve the best result. So I want to achieve for each bread the best result that I can. So let's start. Let me put my gloves First, this one. This is really hot. And let's start baking. 1, 2. The idea is not to mix them. And 3. Okay, 3 that sounds ready. My lamp is also here. Fully new with a new blade. Ready. So let me put some semolina there. Some semolina. You can use flour, of course, or you can use rice flour if you want. Some here, some here, and some there. Okay, let's go with the underproofed first. Now I go with the supposedly perfectly proofed. And finally, I go with the overproofed. Whoa. Whoa. It's huge. Okay, so time to score. I'll do just a regular score, long scoring, like this. Good. Now with the other one. There. Ooh, beautiful. And with the overproofed. Ooh. This is the thing. When the bread is overproofed, you degas it too much while scoring it. Okay. It's like a little mess there. Time to cover them with the lid. We go immediately to the oven. 2 and 3. Let's go to the oven. Okay, the oven is also preheated at 480 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 250 degrees Celsius. So here they go. This is the underproofed, the okay-proofed, and the overproofed. May the gluten be with you, and I'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, almost time. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Well, gloves on. And time to remove the lids. Underproofed, okay proofed, and overproofed. Okay, let's go with the underproofed. Okay, looks good. Now, proofed one. Wow. And the overproofed. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Okay, good. So, let's put them back in the oven again. And now we need to let them bake to finish. Around 15 more minutes. So here are the loaves. And as you can see at first sight, you can perfectly notice which one is which. This one is the under-fermented or under-proofed. This is a okay-proofed. And this flatbread here is the overproof. So really easy to know when you have them all together. Well, this one, if you have it alone, it's the same thing. But these two, there's not much difference from the outside. This two has a beautiful open ear, and this one has no ear at all. But let me weigh this one. This is a little bit heavier. This is super light. I think it can fly. And this one is like a frisbee. Super light, super light, but no ear at all. So, talking about weight, this one is a little bit heavier, this is light, and this is lighter. Color okay. I have an ear here and another ear here, no ear here. What else can I see? So, what I see here is that the bread not only opened on the upper side, but he opened here and opened here too. That means that the dough was still had a lot of strength. It did not relax, that's the thing. Although it was very well fermented in the first fermentation, but on the proofing time, it could not relax. So it had a lot of strength, and as you can see, it also opened on the edges. Now, let's go to the second one, the perfectly proofed one, which has a beautiful ear, and here we don't see that it has also opened or broken on the edges. So it's okay. That's another difference between these two ones. And well, this one, not much to say. It couldn't not even open. And here's the place maybe where I just poke with my finger, so it degassed a lot, and it's very flat. But the good thing is that it's really light. So the fermentations were okay. It was too much relaxed, but of course this bread is totally eatable. So there's no problem with this. I always prefer an over-fermented bread rather than an under-fermented. So, okay, let's open them up and let's check their crumbs. And these are the 3 crumbs. And as you can see, the 3 look okay. Of course, the 3 are perfectly edible, and there are just a slightly difference between each one of each. So, the first one, this one, the under-fermented or under-proof bread, as you can see, is an even crumb with few bigger holes. And the second one, you can see that we have a better open crumb, also beautiful, but the thing is the volume. Take a look at the slice. This slice is a little bit wider, taller, and this one is a little bit more compressed, smaller, because we didn't give time to relax. That's the main thing. Of course, it was well fermented because we did the first fermentation, the bulk fermentation, okay. So if there were a problem, this wouldn't have happened. So we were talking about the second fermentation or the proofing. So both look okay. This one has a better volume, maybe a little bit bigger hose. It's more expanded, more higher, more volume, but this one is okay. And then if we move to the last one, the third one, you can see the crumb is also even. It's perfect. There are no big holes at all. It has no more strength. The gluten was perfectly at the maximum, and the fermentation was okay too. That's why it's so light, this bread, and it's perfectly edible. It's just maybe on the outside it's not the best bread, but it's a perfect bread for toast or to make something else with it, a sandwich, of course. But if you have to choose, or which one is the best moment to bake a bread after shaping, I would say that, of course, this one. And as you can see, it was the one that I poked and returned a few milliseconds later. If you poke it and then you stand with a hole, that means that it's overproofed. And if it returns too fast, it means that it still needs a little bit more time to relax. But the 3 breads are okay. You can eat them perfectly, make toast, freeze them, whatever you want, give it to someone else as a present. So that's all for today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please write me in comments what do you think about this new experiment, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, and may the gluten be with you.